So we're gonna go live in 3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Who Knows podcast. I'm here today with Ale. By popular demand, you were asked to be back on the show. How do you feel about that?
Important.
You feel important, right? Cool. So I've been on YouTube lately, with this whole podcast thing, and I've never been into YouTube. I've always gone around looking at videos, but I just watch it and I'm done. And then now, since I have I'm starting this podcast and I'm trying to upload things, it's like I spend more time on YouTube and seeing all these videos. And you're familiar with the whole Fousey tube thing that's going on, right?
Yeah.
What do you know about it?
All I really know is, I've heard of him my entire life. My dad was a huge fan. He would always watch his funny videos. So, I knew who he was. I never followed him, though. And then, out of nowhere, I never heard of him again.
Yeah, he disappeared.
I never heard of it. And then, supposedly, now he had, a breakdown. And, all I know is that, supposedly he tried to come back with some kind of concert. And he said that tickets were sold out. But then, you see the video of the concert, which I only saw briefly. But there was, no one there. And there was, all these rumors that all of these, celebrities are going to be there. And I think I ended up, the video, I didn't watch it all. But I just saw that it was awful.
Yeah. I mean, you want my opinion?
Yeah.
Well, you have to have my opinion, because if not, this thing's over.
Okay.
We're ending the episode.
I'm leaving then.
I feel bad for the guy. I really do.
Yeah.
For anybody that's watching that hasn't heard of what's going on, it's like Ale was saying, Fousey Tube is what he was called on YouTube. He used to be really big into pranking and stuff like that, back when pranking was cool.
It was
right?
funny, too.
I never saw him when he was, in his heyday.
Yeah, he was funny. My dad would watch him all the time.
And you too? You would
Me
watch
too,
him?
yeah. It was really funny. I mean, I found him funny.
Yeah. But yeah, it's true. So something happened where he came back into the whole YouTube game thing. But now he says he wants to be he wants to be someone that gives speeches, like a mentor, basically. Like a motivational speaker. Exactly. And so it's true what you said. I'm not going to go over the details because there's a lot of documentation on it already. Everybody's covering this thing on YouTube. But the thing is, I got into it because the first video that I saw was with PewDiePie. And PewDiePie, he made a video, it was 20 minutes long. And I should say this, but that, one day, yesterday I think it was, I get on my YouTube feed and there's just all these videos recommended to me on FouseyTube. I'm like, I've heard of the guy, but I don't know who he is. And then I guess after being bombarded with so many of them, I decided to click one. It was the PewDiePie one. And then I started watching it. And it was pretty funny. It was actually pretty entertaining because, like you said, if FouseyTube was out, he decided to get back in now. And he wanted to throw a concert. He had 5 days to do this concert, and he was going to get Drake on it and everything, which I thought was hilarious.
Which then, wasn't it? I think it was that same video I saw with you. Right?
Yeah. It was the same exact one, right? And so I started watching. It was super entertaining, and then I wanted to know more because PewDiePie was just basically making fun of him, and then I wanted to know more, so I got into. I think the next one I saw was Keemstar. It's this other guy on YouTube. I don't know too much about these personalities. These guys are successful and they're huge on YouTube, but I don't know that too well. I'm learning a little bit. But apparently Keemstar has he has this show on YouTube called Drama Alert. He just talks about drama that's going on. And the cool thing about him was that he made it was an hour-long documentary on the whole thing because he was personally involved with the whole FouseyTube thing. And then that documentary, the thing that I liked about it was that it was, in a way, it was not biased. He was very fair at documenting things, and he's in the documentary himself, and he does say things that are kind of messed up, but he was kind of just showing here, this is what happened.
This is happening.
Exactly. I just want you to see it. So it was fair, and I like that. But then today, because I wanted to keep watching, it was super entertaining. Dude, Fousey was going crazy on camera, saying some super crazy stuff. But then as I started watching it more, he said some crazy stuff on there, that he's suffering from mental health
And I didn't see that.
Yeah. He's suffering from mental health, and he's had this before, and depression. And he even told Keemstar in the documentary, back then when you used to hate on me, when you used to make videos on me, it made me want to kill myself. So I'm like, okay, this is getting a little bit crazy. Like, I started getting a weird feeling in my stomach. It wasn't even entertaining anymore. But then I saw one other video on the recommended list, like on the little sidebar. And that one was after the whole event that he threw, which I'm not, I don't know if it was a success or not. I'll leave that up to you or whoever watches it. But it's another podcast where it's this I don't know any of these guys, but they're successful YouTube guys. They have like a bunch of subscribers and like millions and views. Okay. So these guys are successful already, and they all know each other. And then the whole thing was that Fousey Tube was on it with these other 3 or 4 guys that were involved in the whole thing, and they were just talking about it afterwards. And you should see this video after. But that's when I started really feeling bad, because it's like he was saying how he met Drake and how he was planning to get Drake on the show and everything. But it didn't seem like a genuine story. It probably was, but he was talking about how he snuck into clubs, how he everybody kept telling him like, oh, you're gonna meet Drake because God is showing you the way, some religious stuff, whatever. It could be true. It could be true. I'm not saying it's not. But when I started getting kind of bothered was the guys on the show start like picking him in a way, because if you watch it, you're gonna be like, yeah, Fousey Tube is crazy. He's nuts, and he's saying stuff that's just crazy, and it's pissing everybody off, and everybody's kind of like bullying him in a way, right?
But in that moment, I feel like, I mean, I haven't seen the video, but if you're genuinely feeling like this guy is crazy, and this whole thing has just happened, I feel like maybe instead of getting all annoyed, you should wonder why this is happening in the first place. Like, that's scary. I think that sounds scary.
Yeah.
Like, he's going through like a breakdown.
I 100% agree with you. And it starts off friendly, and Fousey's all like, I love you, man. I love you, to everybody he talks to. And he starts asking them like, oh, can you help me? Can you do this? And it kind of makes it seem like the whole issue that I saw was that it makes it seem like Fousey, what he wants to do is basically climb back to the top and use people that are already popular on YouTube to get to the top. Okay. Now that's not a good thing at all. That's really, really dirty stuff. And of course you should be pissed at the guy. And of course you should have all these like conspiracy theories, but this is my big issue with it. If he's suffering from mental health, right? From depression, you should understand that. Like, you shouldn't criticize the fact if he's telling you, even if he comes out and he says, I'm gonna be God one day, like I feel bad that these people are making fun of him, because the way that I think about it is like this. Let's say there's a person, they're intoxicated. Let's say they're drunk, right? They're intoxicated, and they start saying like crazy things, Are you really gonna believe what they're saying? No, you're gonna be like, this guy's drunk. He's gonna start saying like, oh, look at me, I'm amazing. Look at me, and he's acting drunk, and he's like, tomorrow I'm gonna make my own business and stuff. Inside, you're like, this guy's drunk. Yeah, this guy's drunk, and that's how I see it. But then these guys keep blaming him. They're like, so then Fousey leaves that interview that he was on, and they all start talking crap about him. They're like, oh man, he's doing all this because he wants to make money. He wants to do all this because of this, and he's lying. Dude, he has mental health issues. It's like saying a drunk guy, you can't take what he's saying seriously. Dude, he needs help. I really do think he needs help.
From the outside in, it's easy to say that.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we were talking about this earlier today. I think people in general, like our species, like, we're very cruel to one another when we're mad. Like, I feel like once someone pisses you off, and everybody's personality is different, but you don't really know how your words are going to come off until you see the aftermath of what you've done.
Yeah, so like in a way you're saying that what they're saying, maybe they don't mean it at the moment.
Exactly. Like, I think they're coming from anger, but they don't realize that their anger is not just like you know, a couple guys sitting in the backyard. Like, it's public. Anyone can hear it. He's going to hear it. And then aside from them, like you said, there's been a bunch of YouTubers that are talking about him. That's going to get to anyone. To anyone.
Yeah.
Even if you're like of stable mind. Now you're saying that this guy has mental health issues, and then you're like making him feel worse. I don't think that sounds like a good combination.
Yeah, I'm not pointing fingers. Like, I'm just saying like where I started feeling really bad for him was in that last interview I saw, right?
Yeah.
And I'm not blaming those guys. You're saying, if someone bothers you at the moment, you don't care. You don't care that they have mental health issues because you're mad, you know. But knowing that, I just feel like instead of criticizing him, they should just ignore him. So looking at them, they agree. They even said it. They're like, "Oh, he's crazy. He has mental health issues." So then you understand that, like, clearly you understand that. So then just leave him alone. Yeah. And I understand that Fousey is in a way, if you watch him, he kind of bombards everybody. Supposedly he's always calling everybody and texting everybody, and like he wants to get to the top and do all this stuff. I understand, but he has mental health issues. So, you know, instead of making videos like the Keemstar video, the documentary, I'm okay with that because it's just a documentary. It's just documenting what happened. But then there's these other videos, and there's a bunch of like media on YouTube making videos, and they all pick the frames of the videos that make Fousey look the craziest.
Yeah.
So someone that hasn't watched like 6 hours like I did, I seriously, I'm not kidding. I watched about 6 hours of this stuff. They just see the crazy. They just see the crazy. It's entertaining. It's fun to watch. But at the end, man, it's so sad. And I think that, you know, if they really want to get him off their back, I think they should convince him to seek some medical attention, because he was supposedly on meds. Now this I don't know. This is all alleged stuff. I don't know any of these people, but supposedly he was on medication before, and now he's not on it. And this is like, you know, supposedly since he suffers from depression, it's like a roller coaster. So he was really famous on YouTube, and that's really good. That's good for your self-esteem. But then once you stop making like really cool and popular videos, you start going down, right? It's not like you keep climbing. You got to always keep submitting things. And what that does to him is he's already suffering from these issues. Now it's hitting him where it hurts in his self-esteem. So then he entered like a state of depression. He didn't do anything on YouTube. He was living in his mom's basement. This is all stuff that he said. So I'm not guessing here. I'm like, this is stuff that he said. In his mom's basement for a year, and now he came back. You know, he had like a rebirth, and that's fine. But I feel like instead of these guys making fun of him, they should tell him, look, man, look, we understand what you want to do. You have this big plan, but let's just talk it out. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, and if you don't want to take meds, that's fine. Don't take meds. But another thing is like, that guy must have nobody to talk to. Because when you're that big, who can you trust around you? If they haven't been there from the beginning.
Most people don't care.
What do you mean?
There's two thoughts I have on this. First of all, and I think we've talked about this before, like the amount of people that don't really even listen to you. They just want to reply to whatever it is you're saying. So like you're saying, if this guy's big or this guy's whatever, a famous person, most of the people don't want to hear like what he really thinks. They're just there. What do you mean?
Like the audience?
Anyone that he talks to.
No, of course. Like, and other YouTubers are like, that's true. Other YouTubers are his direct competition.
Exactly. And
they don't care.
I mean, isn't it? I'm pretty sure I read this on a like as a psychology like research. Most people don't listen. They just want to they don't care about your problems. They're just waiting to reply. So imagine really being not okay in your mind or feeling depressed, and you know that everything you're saying, they're not really registering it. They just want you to stop talking. That's, I don't know.
It's just, it's such a double stand. Yeah.
My other thoughts on this is kind of something that I've seen before in other YouTubers. It's kind of, okay, you have an opinion, and it's not something as like what I said, we're sitting in the backyard and we're just talking shit because people just talk shit. Like we do. Everyone does. Whether you mean it, whether you don't mean it, no harm done. My thing is about these famous YouTubers is that first, you talk crap just like everyone else does. But then you also state that you know that the person has a mental health issue. You know the society in which we live in. In the last year, mental health awareness has skyrocketed. And the amount of people that we've heard commit suicide has gone up to, supposedly, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
So you know all this. And then you still think it's a good idea to post it.
I think because that's not on these people's minds. You know what I'm saying?
I guess, but like it's not new. Wasn't there like a scandal on YouTube a few months ago?
I don't know. I'm not really into the whole YouTube thing. I mean, I don't know.
There was a scandal somewhere where like they said, oh, this wasn't a good idea to post. Like, how can you edit a video and then post it knowing like the kind of...
Well, those people want views. That's something else.
Well, yeah, that's true. But then again, that goes back to the person you are. Like, if you say that you're scared of someone's mental health issues, and then you talk crap about them, and then you post it back up, does that mean you don't care? Does that mean that you really don't know?
Yeah, I don't know. It's like a...
Like I said, like it's one thing talking crap about someone that you think has a mental health issue and then just leaving it there, but then publicly like doing that.
Yeah, they know though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
They know. And these guys, they're not kids. They're like 26 years old, 27 and up on that show.
And it's
like
a sensitive subject.
And they
God knows what can someone do when they're depressed or have anxiety. Like, you don't know what they're going through.
Yeah, man. I think what he should do, it's like it must suck because everybody keeps telling him he's crazy and everybody keeps telling him like, oh, get off YouTube. And that's not what you want to hear. Like when you have an idea in your mind, because I'm like that too. When I have something in my mind, I don't want to hear people telling me I'm crazy. That actually kind of makes me more confident in what I'm doing when people are telling me like, don't do that, when it's something rational, of course. But
how do you know, right?
Yeah, how do you know? Exactly. And I feel like he's like, he wants to do, he got this crazy idea. He wants to do it. But I feel like, man, he just... I think it has to do with the fact that, once you're so high up there, you don't have real friends. Like, he probably doesn't have much family to talk to,
Yeah. There's a lot that we don't know, for sure.
Yeah.
It doesn't look right to me. And I don't know anything. I'm not a huge...
I don't know anything either.
I don't know anything. I'm just thinking, in my mind, I wouldn't post it. If I'm hating on someone or I'm talking crap about someone, which is not something you do willingly. It's not like, okay, let's talk crap about them. No, it's just you react to an anger or you're upset at someone, so you talk crap.
Right.
Okay, whatever. Everyone does it. But then like to post it, posting it knowing that you think that that person has an issue doesn't rub me the right way. Like, it doesn't like make sense to me.
Yeah.
Like, if you're scared that someone has a mental health issue.
Or don't post it. Talk to him in person. Talk to him in person. Like, okay, if you want to argue with him, go ahead and argue with him. But don't make a video of it. And I understand it was a podcast. They were all on it. They were discussing. So it's all being recorded. That's fine. But then once he leaves, dude, they kept on talking with the same thing. And then I don't even want to bring up the comments. Those YouTube comments, they're the worst.
Yeah.
These people are like, they're the worst.
I bet. I don't know.
But
there's
anyway.
a lot. That's just my opinion. If you're scared of something, of someone doing something to themselves, maybe you shouldn't post a video of talking crap about them.
Yeah, you definitely shouldn't post. Exactly.
That's just my thought,
Right.
Because I wouldn't imagine the guilt you'd feel if something actually does happen. I don't think people would realize that. You
know what we need? We need the leave Britney alone. Remember that video?
Oh, okay.
When Britney was
having the meltdown, yeah.
Yeah, and the guy with the blonde hair, I forget the guy's name. You don't remember that? Leave Britney alone. We need leave Fousey alone. Yeah. Maybe we can be those people, right?
I forgot that happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff back in the beginning ages of YouTube. But why don't you look at the camera and say hi to whoever's watching? Because these guys in here, you know how many people there are in there watching us?
How many?
How many do you think? There's like millions of people in there.
Yeah?
Yeah, there's like a million people in there, and they're watching us right now, and they're all sitting in that tiny box. So we got to keep them happy, because sometimes they get sad and depressed, and we're talking about a depressing subject. So we don't.
So we shouldn't.
So we want to make it happy. Let's talk about something happy. I guess I'll end it with Fousey Tube. If you're listening to this, or Fousey, he doesn't like being called Fousey Tube anymore, apparently. Talk to someone that cares about you, and if not, or anybody that's dealing with depression, right? Talk to someone that you feel cares about you. If you don't have that, talk to a therapist, or maybe go online and talk to a stranger, you know, but talk to someone. Get whatever you're feeling off your chest, seriously. And I'm not an expert. I've never studied any of this, but I
don't know how to deal with these
but
things,
I care. I've felt bad. Everybody has felt bad.
Everyone has a direct link to someone, or has heard of someone that has caused harm to themselves, and that doesn't make anyone feel good.
Not even that, but everybody hurts sometimes, you know, and people have to understand that. Yeah, people have to understand that. So
anyways,
yeah, so let's talk about something real fun. Vegetarianism. 3 syllables. You're a vegetarian. You're not a vegan. You're a pescatarian, right? What is the definition of a pescatarian? Tell me.
Basically,
you hate fish. It's what it is, right?
I don't hate. I eat fish.
You eat fish.
No other meat.
Okay.
Like no animal meat other than fish.
How come? What started this all? Take it back to the beginning.
To the beginning.
Yeah.
I think, well, yeah, it was because I was feeling really bad.
Mm-hmm.
And I had to go under surgery. I think I was like 17 or 18.
Mm-hmm.
And that actually really sparked everything, because I had to go under surgery and I had to take my gallbladder out based on my diet.
Right.
Now I know. But before, they didn't give me that information. They're like, oh, yeah, that happens all the time. Let's just take it out. Resume your normal diet. And before that, I was a huge meat person. Always. I didn't even care about anything other than the meat.
I remember. Texas de Brazil.
Yeah. I didn't even care about the rice. What vegetables. Like, I just wanted a big piece of churrasco. Right. All the time. That's what I would eat. And then after the surgery, I was like, okay, cool. I can eat whatever I want again. So I started eating meat, and I started feeling awful, like horrible stomach pains. And I was like, okay, there's something wrong here. So I laid off the red meat. That's what really made me feel bad. Like the pork and the beef. That made me feel really bad. And as soon as I laid off it, I felt great.
Yeah, and you feel good now? You still feel... Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, you know, I'm not going to continue feeling bad based on like a diet choice. So I gave that up, and then after I was like, I don't like turkey, so I might as well not eat that either. Chicken was hard. I think that was the last one I gave up, because I did enjoy chicken, and it didn't make me feel bad. But then I was like, let's just do it.
So why not fish then? Why do you
still eat? I did originally not eat fish.
Right.
I think the first year that I became a vegetarian, I didn't eat fish for like a good year and a half. And then fish never made me feel bad. And the more I like went through my degree and I studied more on nutrition, it has so many health benefits.
Yeah, the omega fats.
Your omegas, your fatty acids. So I don't eat it often though.
Like, yeah, you eat it every once in a while just to get your nutrients in.
And I also noticed, like, when we would go out to dinner or when there was a family event, I would only eat rice.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that's no fun.
It's no fun. We're gonna go out to like restaurants, and I'd have to like study the menu for like 25 minutes. And I was just like, every once in a while. And that's another thing. Like, I don't feel like diets should be strict, because that's when you like, there's no enjoyment there.
Yeah, you should have some leniency, like even meat every once in a while.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. And as a matter of fact, as a expert in my field, or you know, whatever, like as a nutritionist, I don't have anything against meat. That's a personal choice.
Right.
You know, I recommend meat, you know, the right amounts of it. There's nothing wrong with it. I just personally don't want to eat it. But yeah, so I haven't eaten it. And I also, it doesn't appetize me, honestly. When I smell it, it kind of makes me feel, ugh. I don't want that. I miss certain things because I'm also Peruvian, and those are my favorite foods.
Yeah, and you guys have meat and everything. You guys have a lot of fish, though, which is good.
Yeah.
A lot of seafood.
Definitely, yeah. But, so I miss it sometimes when, like, I miss a specific plate that I used to eat.
Yeah.
I don't miss, like, the actual meat of it. And, yeah.
Awesome. Well, we just pretty much almost killed 30 minutes, but before I end this, I want to do something that I call 5-minute muse, not muse.
Okay.
But muse is cool. 5-minute muse. That'll confuse people though. But
muse.
but yeah, I started doing this last time, and I thought I was gonna hate it, but I actually kind of enjoyed it. It's pretty fun. So let's try it again. Let's see what happens. So this is the deal. I'm going to read articles or headlines rather from my phone. These are pushed to me. And I'm just going to read them. If you don't like it, if you don't want to say anything, don't. Right. Okay. But if you do want to say something, just feel free to interrupt me and say it while I'm going through these headlines. And I'm reading headlines. So if you actually want me to click the article, I'll click on it and we'll get into that. And we're doing this for around 5 minutes. All right. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and start. Let me refresh the page here. Okay. So number 1, heart doctor for former President George H.W. Bush killed in bicycle drive-by shooting. Yeah, it's depressing. Okay. I don't want to talk about that. This has been depressing. Much of a comment that. Okay, 3 more cities will get super fast AT&T 5G this year. I didn't even know that was a thing.
I don't want to talk about AT&T.
We're still
and their rip-off prices. I'm sorry.
You had Verizon. You never had AT&T.
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
So AT&T is good. Well, we don't know that. We have T-Mobile. T-Mobile is horrible. Good prices though.
Good prices.
Horrible service. Horrible signal. But when it works pretty well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we're dealing.
But 5G. Are you excited about that? 5G. How exciting is that?
I'm so excited.
It's going to be blazing fast. Pretty soon, this is going to be like prehistoric technology, this 4G crap that barely works.
Seriously.
All right. Let's see here. 14 tricks that will help you survive a life or death situation. How about this? Give me 2 tricks. Games. 2 tricks that will help you survive a life or death situation. Go.
Video games.
Video games? How?
Reflexes.
Okay. Nice. That was quick thinking. That was quick. Next.
Life and adrenaline, I guess, your body.
So that's a trick?
That's a trick.
Adrenaline!
Well, because if you're taking care of your body, your hormone levels should be good.
I buy the video game one, but I don't buy that adrenaline one. Because that's not a trick.
It's not a trick. It's a chemical balance in your body.
All right, the next one. All the hoops Prince Harry and Meghan Markle need to jump through before a U.S. visit. Skip. That's all political stuff.
Yeah.
Bethesda is less likely to allow an outside studio make a Fallout game again. These are kind of boring. NFL owners blink. Suspend.
I played Fallout.
Yeah, you played Fallout. Played Fallout 3.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah. Well, apparently, I'll go back. They are less likely to allow another studio make a Fallout game.
Makes sense.
It does.
Okay.
The next one, NFL owners blink. Suspend anthem policy.
No.
Yeah,
Skip
me either.
that.
Yeah. 5 reasons this Georgia city was named one of the best long weekend getaway. Do you want to take a guess?
Okay.
All right. Which place is it?
Well, I don't know. I don't know the place, but I'm going to guess the 5 reasons why.
Okay, fine. You don't want to guess the place in Georgia?
Savannah.
I was going to guess Savannah too. All right. What are the 5 reasons though?
It's walkable.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap.
Cheap in what way? Like being there is cheap or traveling there is cheap? Or you mean like in general?
Just being there is cheap.
Okay.
I think anything other than Miami is
cheap. True.
I'm guessing it's walkable because it's like...
You already said that.
Okay.
You said cheap and walkable. You said 2 things and you can't even remember.
Gardens and nature.
Gardens, nature. Okay, one more. Come on. You can do this.
Animals.
And animals. Yeah. Pretty sure those were the 5 reasons.
Okay.
This Georgia city was named one of the best long weekends. We have gardens. We have animals. Pretty much everything else that you'll find in any other city. But we have it here. So come over for the weekend. Come on.
Because we're cheap.
Yeah, join us. We're fun. We have animals. This Shah of Sunset tells us how he dropped 40 pounds and... No? We'll skip
I do want to get into that, actually.
Okay.
So he drops 40 pounds doing what exactly? And who is he?
Let me see. It says Shah of Sunset. I don't know what it is, and it's a pretty long article, but apparently it says you have to have a plan. So this guy hits the gym for 45 minutes. You have to set your menu. You have to eat for nutrition, not pleasure. Don't overshare. Rethink cheat day. Dude, it's like the common sense stuff. Are they going to keep bombarding us with the same stuff?
That doesn't work.
That's the thing about nutrition. It's the same information, not someone who went to school. But these articles, they're pushing the same information, and it's getting tiring to hear that. I don't want, you know what? I'm going to unsubscribe from anything nutrition on this garbage. Anyway, let's see. Political stuff. The Russian U.S. election meddling big lie won't die. Stephen Lenman. I don't even know what I read. Do you know what I said? You understood?
But I'm not going to follow that.
Okay. It says I had PTSD after a critical illness. Apparently, that's fairly common. Yeah, that makes sense. If you have an illness, you'll probably be afraid
of having it again.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay. And then I'm just skipping through some ads here. And then finally, this is the last one because we're running out of time here, but 5 of most awesome life hacks for plastic bottles. Should that even be in the news?
No.
That should be on YouTube, which it is. There's hundreds of videos of that. The 5, the 10, the 20, the 25 ways to use a plastic bottle.
Or just don't use it.
Yeah.
At all.
That's
my stand on that.
Don't use plastic. Very quickly, actually, how do you feel about those paper straws that everybody's talking about now? They want to get rid of plastic straws. Something I grew up with. Yeah, they're taking that away from me.
I get why.
Of course. Horrible for the environment.
Horrible for the environment.
Yeah. Screw plastic. They should get rid of that. They should make everything out of paper and metal and straws renewable resources.
Yeah. Okay.
Such as wood. They should make wooden straws.
Like bamboo
That's
straws.
funny. I heard today actually that there was there's a company that's trying to be all sustainable, and they made a foldable keychain like stainless steel straw. So you carry around this straw with you on your keychain, and whenever you want to drink something, you use that nasty germ-filled straw. You put it in a drink.
It's disgusting.
You might as well just have one cup in every restaurant and everybody just drinks from it at that point. No more straws, no more cups. Just one cup, everybody fills it, and everybody drinks from it, all the strangers. But we're done here. We went a little bit over time.
Do I get a question?
It was really fun. What do you mean a question? A random question?
Yeah.
No random question today. We went over time. And plus, I haven't thought of anything weird recently.
You should do it random.
No, I can't. The random question has to be carefully organized, planned, and
no
thought
sense.
out.
What?
It has to be given to me. Okay. And we'll get into that some other time. I don't come up with these questions. They're given to me. Okay?
Okay.
But this almost concludes this episode.
Almost.
Is there anything you want to shout out? Is there any person you want to shout out? Is there any product, any book, any movie, anything, anyone, someone, your dog, for the love of God?
The husky.
Yeah, but make sure you look at the camera because your husky might be watching.
I love you, husky. Stop eating things that you're not supposed to eat.
That's it?
And
Nothing
destroying
else?
my furniture.
All right, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much for joining me on this random podcast today.
Random podcast.
Say bye, million people watching.
Bye.
Million people watching. You have to say that.
Bye, million people watching.
Bye.
If you have any questions.
And look at that camera
on
too.
Because I'd love to get into it.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, okay. Is your YouTube channel ready yet or no?
No.
You can't give that information.
Coming.
Yeah.
We're working on it.
Yeah, so
editing.
Next time you're on, you'll have that ready for us so we can give it out to these millions of people that need actual health advice, not the garbage that's being pushed to my notifications bar. But I was just going to say, look at this camera because that one gets lonely.
Okay.
There's a million people in that one too. See,
there's 3 million people
here. There's 3 million people.
Okay.
Allegedly. And at least.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Join us next time. Awesome.